Hello and welcome. I talked about doing this reading before, posted on social media on like 3 different platforms asking for questions for John Lennon, and I got no responses. So I questioned whether or not I was supposed to do this reading. And so when I got everything together, I decided to ask. I got a new deck, the Super Lunaris Tarot, which I love and super connect to. So I got everything out, I put my protections up, and I asked Spirit, do we have permission to contact John Lennon? And the card that I got is the Lover's card, which was an obvious yes to me. John Lennon was all about love, and all you need is love, and spreading love and peace, and the way I phrased the question was, do we have permission to connect? And the Lover's card is a connection. It's taking two things. We have the night sky here and the morning sun here, and we're connecting them. So I took that as a very serious yes. He would like to or is willing to connect. So I got a new little present for Christmas. This is an EMF meter used mostly for there are other purposes, but for paranormal activity. This is a K2, which is higher sensitivity, so it's not going to just go off because of a cell phone or an appliance of some sort. It's going to stay green unless there are actually, like, the lowest setting would be the highest setting on a normal EMF meter. So I just want to see if anything physical actually comes through on here. Normally, I don't experience anything physical. I don't feel like their spirit comes to my house or anything like that. They just speak through the cards. So I did want to put that out there just in case anything happens, see if we can catch anything. But so here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to John Lennon. Here are the questions that I'm going to ask because nobody else gave me any questions. We're going to verify that it's him. We're going to ask what his purpose was on Earth as the person, as the human John Lennon. Has he reincarnated? What can he reveal to humanity? Is there any animal? So I also asked that same deck, to help me with some questions. What questions can I ask? And I pulled some cards. So these couple of questions are a little bit weird, but it came from the cards that I pulled asking Spirit, what questions should I ask? And is there an animal you connect through? Okay, because I got the King of Wands in that deck, and there's a red lizard on his shoulder, which I know is kind of common for the King of Wands to have a lizard, but it really was the first thing that really popped out. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of animal connection. Also, that king, it was a person. It felt like a person. There's a person with you. And the king, the first thing that came to my mind when I looked at the face of the king in that deck was Elvis. So I'm wondering, yeah, I know, strange. It doesn't seem serious, but hey, we're going to ask. Also, the Four of Swords came out, reflecting on peace and, tranquility, taking time for yourself, resting. It is a person in a casket with swords over and then one sword under, and it is about rest. So we're going to ask if he's found peace and for any advice for humanity. So let's get in there. The deck I'm going to use, this is the deck that I use to contact spirits. This is the steampunk deck. So let's ask Spirit, can we please connect to John Lennon now? We are ready to connect with John Lennon from the Beatles. Trying to do a soft shuffle. Apparently it's very loud in the microphone if I'm not too careful. Okay. All right. Okay, I just got chills. Okay. John Lennon, please show us a card to verify that it is you that we are speaking to. Four of Wands, Five of Cups, and the Chariot. So now I'm not 100% familiar with the songs. I apologize if you can hear that background. It's windy and there are like small, short, little mini palm trees next to my window, and they're scraping. So I'm sorry if that's annoying. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. So I'm not familiar with much of his, like the song titles and that kind of stuff. I just know his energy, if that makes sense. So what I'm getting here, what am I picking anything up that would remind me of John Lennon or the Beatles? I do know that he has two sons with two different wives. This could be the wives. The Five of Cups, this disappointment. Yeah, see, and the Four of Wands talks about a celebration too, and the fact that there are two women here and they're setting it up kind of tells me the two wives, Yoko Ono, and then his first wife, I cannot remember her name. But yeah, I think that's pretty confirming that one there. Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. So, second wife Yoko Ono. Is this look like the same person to you? And then there's the disappointment, and I feel like that is kind of representing him. There's some spilled alcohol, but the thing that is really drawing me in as confirmation is the light. Do you see the light coming up? Like it's like an enlightenment almost, like trying not to let the glare throw it off, but see how there's a light above the, oh my, sad looking man. I feel like that's him ascending, like, you know, in the movies they show like your spirit just floating up through a beam of light. I feel like that can be confirming that as well. So the Chariot has a woman with an umbrella. The umbrella is really is there something to do with an umbrella in a song? Let me know if that confirms anything, but I do feel like we've got the confirmation here. If you can make a connection with that Chariot, let me know. Oh man. Okay, I feel like we verified, at least with these two cards. I feel like there might be something here, like with the umbrella. Okay, yellow submarine. That's not a submarine, but the umbrella, the water. I don't know. Could there be a submarine connection there? Is that their song? It popped in my head, so that's a possibility. Okay, so let's put these back in, and we're gonna go ahead and say, I feel like that was confirmation. So, John Lennon, thank you. Thank you for speaking with us. Chills again. What was your purpose on Earth as John Lennon? What was your spirit's purpose here on Earth when you were present as John Lennon? You see those? Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the King of Pentacles. So really pulled to the fact that we have two Pentacles here, which is Earth energy. What are you doing here on Earth? We have a Page and a King, both court cards, could be representing people. And then we have the Strength right here in the middle. I do feel kind of a connection between these two, like almost as if the Strength is pulling them together. So the pages in this deck, I believe, are all female. It doesn't have to be female, male, doesn't really matter. But I feel like two Earths like being pulled together, two Earth signs or two Earth people or something. I feel like the Strength card is like drawing them together. And with the Strength card, I also always see that your strength comes from your gentleness. So the Strength card isn't just about being strong or physically strong. It's about being strong in moments where you feel like if you're the example I want to say is if you're enraged about something, you're upset, you're fuming, you like roaring like a lion. But the strength that it takes to just lay down and allow someone to help you, that's where the real strength comes in. It's kind of like a restraint, a strength and restraint. So I kind of feel like what he's saying is purpose here was about bringing the two earths together, bringing something together, creating something for infinity. This is like a big manifestation and karma symbol for me, pulling two things together. Again, we have the two circles kind of meeting in the middle. I feel like these two pentacles representing earth, of earth energy being pulled together. So now whether that's two sides, okay, bringing two sides. Okay, so a lot of things are going on right now with duality. I'm really sensing that. A lot of duality going on out here. Blue versus red, mask versus anti-mask, a lot of back and forth and a lot of opposites, butting heads and really being those lions at each other. And he was meant to bring the strength of gentleness to bring the two sides together. It doesn't specifically mean to me that the two sides are being like Democrat, Republican, or, whatever. I mean, right now, time is not a linear thing to me. I see time as being stacked. The timelines are stacked one on top of another and they overlap. And anyways, that's a whole different reading. But what I feel like here is what's going on now is just a repeat of what happened when he was here. And he was here to bring two opposing things together to create something very lasting, to create. And I kind of believe that in a way he did. We don't see it in the sense that it's, everywhere, like it's not world peace, but I feel like he did. He brought a lot of like-minded people together, a lot of people still, that lasting infinite feeling of striving for peace. I believe he played a very large role in bringing that to the forefront and bringing together people who want to see that peace as well. So I feel like that was his purpose here, was to bring opposites together to see a gentler path forward. For something that's very long lasting. I'm gonna put these back in. I don't normally put them back in, but I really feel like that's what we're supposed to be doing this time. So I'd like to know if you've reincarnated. Mr. John Lennon, have you reincarnated back onto this current earth? Have you reincarnated? Eight of Cups. He did. I don't think he did. I think he's left this earth. I don't think I need any more cards. There's that infinity symbol again. Right there at the top. He is an infinite soul is what I'm hearing. He walked away. He walked away from this planet. After putting in a lot of work. He's not here. He's not on this plane anymore. He did not. I don't feel like he has re-entered this current Earth at all. I think once he left our planet, he was gone for good. His soul is doing other things, is what I'm getting. I kind of also feel like what he's saying is that it was not an easy decision to make. There were a lot of things factoring into it. I'm really drawn to there's equations, and if I was a math nerd, I might be able to know even what that meant, but I do not. But that's really kind of telling me it was a very calculated decision. There were a lot of things that had to come into play, and ultimately the result was for him to return to spirit and be that infinite soul. I feel like to help humanity from a different place, because he didn't, I guess he didn't necessarily fulfill his mission. He just started it, but it didn't seem like Earth was the place to be to make the biggest impact. Okay, set that back in there. Let's see. What can you reveal to humanity right now? What can you reveal to humanity? regarding the current state of the planet. Whoa. Whoa. How many times did I shuffle that? I don't even know what to say. So these are the 3 cards that came out to verify his presence. What can you reveal to humanity? Presence. Oh. More cards. Okay. So the presence, just being more present. Being present. Yeah. See what we see here. The world is overwhelmed with options and direction to the point of conflict. And I feel like what he's saying is that we should all be present. The presence, verify your own presence. Verifying your presence because the world is in a state of confusion and conflict. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards on that. Yeah, the world is overwhelmed, conflicted, and doesn't know which direction to go. 3 of Wands. Again, looking out into the horizon like, what the hell? We have the Devil present as well. We're also attached. There's that King of Pentacles again as well. I mean, I'm trying to make it so you can see everything. The 3 of Wands, that's, making that plan and starting something, but kind of trying to get your bearings first. A lot of it is about releasing attachments. The King of Pentacles talks about mastering your finances, mastering your career, mastering your physical, tangible things, being in charge of all of that. And I feel like it's an attachment to those things, and it's an attachment to just, trying to be the top dog. But we need to find a way away from that. And it's, yeah. The only way out of that overwhelm and that conflict is to release attachments to stuff and start looking in another direction. I feel like that's what he wants us to know. There's another 3 right below it. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Lots of, attachment to stuff. All these pentacles. It's all stuff. They're placing it and planning. The 3s are kind of about planning something. And everything that we plan revolves, the wheel cycle, revolves around finances. Everything is revolving around finances. Every plan that you make has some sort of aspect to do with finances and working hard. And I feel like this is feeling as almost as a critique from him, in a way of, you don't really have to work that hard and plan everything around working. Ugh. Okay. We're going to leave this for now. I just feel like the overall message for what you can reveal to us, it's not anything that we don't already know. We're attached to this planet. We are attached to this planet, and not in a healthy way with that Devil card. A lot of pentacles, a lot of, earthly attachment. We have the World card here as well. you know, it's just going to be a continuous cycle until we release that attachment. And I feel like that's what the message from him in this is to stay present, to verify your own presence, know who you are, know where you stand. The state of the world is kind of disarray, it's overwhelm, and it's conflict. And we're just so attached, and that's the main problem. I feel like what he's trying to do is shed light on what the issue is, and that it's time to make a plan to look in another direction. Okay, let's move on to the next question. There will be some more, I think, on that coming out here as well. All right, so this one's going to be a little less serious. Oh, the bottom of the deck was the Tower. Interesting. All right. Now let's get to the more light energy questions here. Is there an animal that you connect through? Is there an animal that you connect through? Something that, if the people watching were to see it, they would know that it's you, or, you know, your spirit, to remind them to love one another. Is there an animal you connect through? A horse. And it's the Death card. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You can't make that shit up. So we have the Death card here, which is about renewal. It's about letting something go so that we can start fresh, which I feel like that would sum up 2020 in my opinion. Between the Death card and the Tower card, the Death card is release. It is letting something go. So releasing, and that way we can begin a new journey, a new cycle. So I feel like that if you see a horse and you feel a connection, I want you to know that he sends you peace. That's how he's communicating. I have to do this because the thing is, when I asked for an animal, I did not like logically expect an animal to come out, because look at this. This deck does not, even the knights who are normally on a horse, no horse. There's not a whole lot of animals in this deck. There's another horse. There's not a whole lot of animals. So the chances for an actual animal to just pop right out, the first card out, I feel like that's just amazing. There are not a whole lot of animals in this deck. And then the lion. But that's about it, you guys. There's not a whole lot of animals. So the fact that an animal came out on the first card is very strong to me, that is definitely him, and he wants you to know that horses might be his thing in the spirit world. I'm sticking that back in the middle just so you guys can see, in case that comes out again, because that was crazy. All right. Another kind of fun question. Are you with Elvis? Have you met Elvis's spirit? Do you and Elvis hang out in the ethers, in the astral? I don't think he does. I don't think they do. It was kind of like a heartbreak, like, you know, disappointment. I don't think he does. I think he would like to. I think that he would like to connect. I also love that the yin yang symbol came out for that as well. He feels like there's a connection, but it's not like I don't feel like they come together a whole lot. But I feel like he would like us to feel like he would like that. Not necessarily because spirit doesn't really have wants or desires. That's an earthly ego thing. But if he were on Earth, that would be a desire of his, but that's not, I guess that's not how it works, is kind of what I'm hearing. Okay, so enough of the lighthearted questions. Let's get back in there. Have you found peace? I mean, of course he has, but what can you tell us about you finding peace? What can you tell us about your finding peace? There's Jesus. You guys, how many times I shuffle those? I'm gonna say yes. This is a verifying that I don't know if he has chosen these cards, these two cards specifically, as verifiers, as like a yes. But yes, I feel like he's found peace. This is like, I'm not even looking at the cards anymore and what they mean. It's more about these were the verifiers. This is what I used to verify. So yeah, he found his peace. Oh, I'm getting he wasn't really looking for it. Ah, he already had it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. He already had peace. There was no need to look for it. So yeah, that's my verify. Yes, he did. All right, now let's get to the best question that I would like to ask him. What we all kind of need right now. There's those chills again. John Lennon, what advice can you give humanity? We need your guidance. What advice? Okay, I need to hush my kids. Okay. I think they forgot what I was doing in here. John Lennon, what advice do you have for humanity? What guidance can you give us? Keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Everything will balance as it should. And I kind of gotta like save your pennies, save your coins. Most of the pentacles in this deck are not actually represented by coins, as you've seen in other cards, and this card too. The pentacle, again, more pentacles, pentacles on pentacles. Jeez Louise. A lot of earth energy coming out in this reading, and like I feel like he's kind of trying to tell us we need to save ourselves, save our planet. But for this card, the Four of Pentacles typically represents saving your money anyways, kind of being a miser, not wanting to let go of things. But I feel like this actually is representing money, cash, coin. They keep saying that the future is going to be like the cryptocurrencies, so maybe that's kind of what that has to do with. But I'm getting, okay, so there's water. She's riding this bicycle on water, it looks like. Okay, and there's a break in the clouds with some light coming through, and I'm really getting a sense of just keep pedaling, keep going. If you stop, you'll sink. Okay, now the Two of Pentacles typically, traditionally would say something to the effect of, kind of balancing, again, balance. And we have that infinity symbol coming out again. I feel like it's just keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep the cycle going. If you stop, you'll sink. Like she's gliding on that water, and if she were to stop pedaling, she would lose the momentum and start to sink into the water. So that's kind of like what I'm getting from these three cards. I might pull a couple of more just to clarify, maybe from the new deck. Two of Pentacles, Justice, Four of Pentacles. Keep going. You're not treading water. You're floating on, you're on top of the water. You don't need to tread water. Stay above it. Keep going. Keep pedaling. Things will balance out. There is balance. And possibly something to do with saving money. Watch your coins. Invest. Something along those lines. We are a very monetary driven capitalist kind of country, and like we're all about the economy, and I feel like this is more of investing in yourself. She's not putting it in a government bank, she's putting it in her own bank. So investing in yourself is kind of what I'm getting from that. see if I can pull a couple more cards for the advice. Any advice with a different deck? Any advice? Clarification, any clarification on these cards, please? High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Tower, all majors. Guys, I've used these all majors. Okay, trust your intuition. Allow yourself to learn something new. The Hierophant is a teacher. Can you see these very well? I think I went a little low so I could see them. I'm so sorry. The High Priestess, trusting your guidance, trusting your intuition, listening to yourself. She is the enlightened one. She's the keeper of secrets. She knows and sees, but she doesn't necessarily say. Whereas the Hierophant is more of the teacher. He's the one giving the information and talking and inspiring and all of that stuff. You kind of got to balance both here. Again, the Tower right under that Four of Pentacles. Okay, so the Tower is about breaking down to the foundation and rebuilding. We may be rebuilding a new financial structure, or a structure in replacement of the finances. But again, we have 4 majors here. There's a lot of big advice here for humanity as a whole. I feel like we have balance in both of these cards, balancing your High Priestess with your Hierophant, balancing your keeping secrets and your knowledge and trusting your intuition, and also teaching others. There's a balance there, and keeping that balance will help rebuild whatever new is coming. So I feel like that's the advice we get from John Lennon as well. I want to thank you so much for watching. I know this might have been a longer video, but if you stuck around this far and you want to see more, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, leave me a comment. If you have anything to add, or if you saw something in the cards that spoke to you, please feel free to. I'm open to you guys sharing your interpretations as well in the comments. So thank you so much, and as always, have a blessed day.